You see, the prison always has hierarchies. In the night, I was caught up and given a severe beating because I did not pay homage by paying money to the prison lord. In the prison, I found instances of human rights abuse. The food we had was being stolen by people. We had very bad health care. And it was even easier to get cannabis, cocaine, and other things in the prison than on the streets. That is the prison. But the most important thing I learned in the prison, and the most shocking revelations, was that justice was for sale. I couldn't believe it. So when I came out of prison, I decided to investigate the little bits that I had heard from my colleagues. They basically explained that, look, I wouldn't have been in this prison but for the fact that I could not pay to that judge. So me and my team set out to do justice to this issue. And indeed, the film was called Justice. We had 34 judges who were caught taking bribes. And it was such a harrowing experience. We had 145 judicial staff also caught up taking bribes. And I recall one of the stories whilst we were investigating. Brobe was a coconut seller, and he had positioned himself at a suburb of Accra called Tema Station. Now, one time, another boy called Faisal was walking with a girl. Brobe got angry and asked Faisal why he was walking with that beautiful girl. And Faisal replied, Brobe got angry, took his cutlass, it got into a fight and chopped him into pieces. This was there for everybody to see. So when I went undercover, I decided to take up the role of being the relative of Brobe who had killed. I went to the judge. I remember that fateful day. And there I was. I gave him the money. And he took it. Then it was that day that I realized that indeed our democracy was under siege. And that if we don't come together to kick out these evil people who try to destroy our democracy, we will never be a sane country. A similar incident of robbery attack that happened in Taifa. These were real armed robbers who hurt about 8 people. Again, I went undercover as a relative. And here I went to speak to the judge.